Hi guys, it's Crystal Rose at Comfy Soul, and I was guided to do a reading for you guys discussing the insecurities that people have when their relationship is unsteady or non-existent. So that feeling that you have when you're not safe with someone, whether that's your spouse, an ex that you want to get back with or you want to heal from, or you have basically, and also now I'm feeling anybody in general who seems to be lacking a level of respect for you is what I'm hearing. So if that's a boss that's no longer recognizing you, a coworker that's not treating you right, there's a lot of insecurity when you don't have a partner that you can come back home to and dump your stuff on, and who will like make you feel safe again and make you feel seen and heard and recognized. So they wanted me to pull a few cards and talk to you about insecurities. So this is probably going to be super triggering, but I promise to give you a lovely message at the end. Okay. This is general. This is for everybody. It is timeless. Whenever you see this reading, it is meant for you to see it. Okay. So if that's now or 3 years from now, it doesn't matter. Okay. This deck that I'm using here is the Mind Body Makeover by Dr. Mona Lisa Schultz. She is a, what do you call those people? Medical intuitive. So she is legit a real GP. She's a real doctor. She's a doctor. And also she has another practice that is her medical healing practice. She separates them. Okay. I don't know how you do that as a psychic person, how you just turn it off and not, I guess you don't talk the woo-woo part, right? You can do a body scan and tell them what you see in a body scan in a distance healing or, you know, in person with your healing practice. But you're not very well going to go to your regular doctor and have them be like, well, I just scanned your body and here's what I saw. And like, you never touched the MRI or the ultrasound. Like they're not going to want to hear that unless it's me, right? If I walked into my doctor and I heard that, I'd be super stoked. Oh, you're going to body scan me with your brain, your third eye? Fuck yeah, bring it on. What you got? I also have really fun clients and gifted friends who do Reiki and do body scans. So if you guys would like to hear somebody talk about that and how that works or what that looks like, or maybe learn how to do it yourself, maybe that's something I'll throw up here later and we can discuss that. I'll probably bring somebody on and we'll have a chat and I'll share it with you and you guys can see what's up. Okay, these two fell out, so let's see. And actually, I'm feeling kind of blind. Been recording all day, so I'm going to put on some readers. Oh, looky, who's matchy-matchy? Okay, what do we got here? I don't know what my true life calling is, and I tend to have accidents and other life-threatening health problems. So what's the positive part? The positive side of these would be healthy goals and a healthy body. So finding your purpose will give you faith that you have a reason to be here on the planet, and you having a purpose will calm your body down. It's when you don't know what you're doing or what your value is that you're seeking that value through somebody else. The value you should get should come through you. Anything that anybody else gives you is a cherry on top. Kudos from the boss, love from a partner. You need to fulfill your own joy level. You need to fill your own tank. Don't be siphoning gas from other people because it's expensive. All right, let me see here. I feel rejected by my family and friends. So the positive would be, I now have a wealth of family and friends who make me feel like I belong. So this is sadness for the way that you've been treated, the way you weren't recognized, the way people left you behind or didn't see you. This is really, really looking back in hindsight at how you didn't feel like you had a place. So imagine you had a relationship and it ended, and your entire purpose in being in that relationship was to serve them, right? and now they're gone. So what's your purpose? It's like empty nester syndrome, right? Once the kids go, it's like, what becomes of me now? Well, guess what? You used to be something. When you were, 10 years old, dancing around in your bedroom, creating whatever you were creating, a mess, artwork, music, who knows what. Those teen years, before you ever dated, what did you used to like to do? What lit you up? Or did you draw? Did you read? Did you paint? Did you write poetry? Like, what did people talk to you about? What were your conversations like? Were you entertainment? Were you a counselor? Were you a builder? Did you help people create things? This is your purpose. And it's not necessarily tied to serving other people, although in the grand scheme of things, that's what we're all trying to do here. In the grand scheme of things, the purpose is to remember love, be you, be amazing, and then share that love in whatever form you have to share it with other people, whether that's teaching them something or honoring them in a way they've never been honored before. But here's the thing. When people get into relationships, they tend to put these people on a pedestal. They're so amazing, they're handsome, they're beautiful, they're so much better than I am, they're so perfect. You make them perfect. And then you lower your worth right off the bat. Boom. You don't feel perfect, so you're already less than. Take it a step further, and as the relationship grows, if for some reason they're having a bad day and you can't fix it, now you feel like, oh my God, I'm failing in my purpose because I can't fix their energy. I can't fix them. Well, guess what? You weren't supposed to. The most you could do is meet them partway, make them a dinner, set up a bath, tell them you love them, say, would you like to dump on me? I'm here to listen. I've got some time. If you'd like to vent, I promise I won't try to fix anything for you. Masculines always try to fix things. Do that and support them and see what shows up. But don't stop what you're doing to drop everything that you're doing for your self-care to go take care of somebody else when they're not willing to make their own steps and efforts to take care of themselves. So they come home and they want to drink a 6-pack and sit on the couch and chain smoke. And they're wondering why they're sad. Versus somebody who learns a new task, studies for a new job, picks up a book and entertains themselves, literally does anything but drown themselves in numbing alcohol and addictive cigarettes, right? You can't take them out of that mode permanently. You might be able to do it for moments here and there, but eventually that's going to wear thin too. They'll just get used to that also. People will take and take and take as long as you're giving. People love taking. And when you realize that you've given too much, and I'm totally guilty of this, I will absolutely out myself right now and say I'm guilty of getting so fed up of being so there for someone and taking care of them and listening to their victim stories and trying to make them feel better to my own detriment, to where I finally get to the point where I'm like, I can't take this same, you've done nothing to help yourself. You're giving me the same speech 6 months, a year later. You've literally done nothing. And all you're doing is dumping on me and not trying to change anything. I'm going to get tired. And then I'm going to bark at you. I'm going to be like, I'm done. I'm going to blow it up. Because that's the way I can sabotage the relationship to get you the fuck out of my life. So I can breathe again and not feel exhausted. Right? I don't like getting to that point. And I'm going to try to do a better job of honoring my feelings and say, hey, you know what? I feel disrespected. I don't like the way you said this to me. This made me feel some kind of way. I felt like you were bribing me, bargaining with me, trying to make me feel guilty. I'm resenting you because X, Y, and Z. Because sometimes people do this on purpose, where they take advantage of you. They know you're giving, and they'll take it and just shut up and take it. And then there's people who will... what's the word I'm looking for? Take it reluctantly. And it's almost like you could shove it down their throat even if they don't want to take advantage of you, they're like, why don't you go rest instead? Why don't you take a bath? I don't feel like it, but why don't you? And they're like, nope, nope, nope. There's space there for them to take care of you, but are you taking care of you if you're not listening to their advice to take care of yourself? You see what I'm saying? Like, you want to rent a bath for them and stop your whole world, and they're like, I'm okay. It's really not that detrimental. I'll figure myself out. Why don't you get in the bath? Why don't you do you? You had a long day. You mess with the kids. You know. Make sure that you're not the only one giving. You need to be given back, okay? And the only way you're really going to see a clear picture of this is if you stop the world from spinning. Just stop. Stop being busy. Just sit down. Make a plan for yourself. Don't make a plan for somebody else. Like, great to have a honey-do list, right? If you got a partner or a husband or whatever. Here's my suggestion for the honey-do list. Instead of nagging, did we get this done? Is it done? Is it done? Is it done? Did you do it? Get off your ass. Get off your ass. Tell them, hey, I want to tell you what I would like to have done, but I don't want to bark at you. I don't want to bug you. And I don't want to, like, you know, put it on a calendar, right? If something needs to get done by a certain date, absolutely throw it on a calendar, right? But from then to then, don't sit on top of them. I'm sure you have a million other things that you want to focus on. So why don't you just leave them a list, throw it on the fridge. Like what I did one time was to make I got a cool little whiteboard that had like neon colors and it lit up and it was super awesome. And I wrote down what I needed and wanted. And I'll tell you, that thing worked so great. My partner went through the whole list way faster than it would have taken just me talking to them. Hey, did you take care of this? Did you do that? Did you do that? I mean, I could have done that for years. Everything that I put on that thing was taken care of immediately, if not within that week, if it was a larger project. It was a damn miracle. And better than that, when they finished wiping the board and crossed everything out and said, check, 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 done, they had so much pride that they were able to share love. They were like, love you, have a great day, left notes for me on the board. So that was a suggestion I got from a coach that coached me for a while back in the day, way back when. And it worked really great. They did a great job as a relationship coach, and I learned a lot from them. What I really, really learned was to own my own shit, right? Instead of putting it on somebody else. So look it, you guys are going through digestive problems. You're like way stressing yourself out. You're fucking up your digestive tract. You're struggling with weight. You're putting too much on. Because self-esteem issues. You don't feel satisfied. You're not taking care of your body. You're too busy taking care of other people. Roll it back. Take care of you. I'm going to switch gears. They think the message has been given here. So let's focus on your healing now. Okay, what are we going to do to heal? So this is the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle Card Deck by Doreen Virtue. You'll notice I have a lot of Doreen that you won't find nowadays, but this is how I started. It's comfortable for me. It's what I know. And there's, I'm sure, knockoff cards out there from Wish in China. And also some of these are for sale legitimately, the real deck, at higher prices on Amazon. There's a link in the description below if you want to look at what's available. Some of them are outrageously priced. Some of them aren't so bad, and you can scoop them up. So just take a peek and see what floats your boat. All right. Anyway, let's see here. Yes, yes, yes. You're getting a very strong message about paying attention to your feelings. Stop worrying about other people's feelings. Stop it. Stop making other people more important than you. It's your turn. This is how it was always supposed to be, except we need to get this right now. The world is changing. We're coming out of pandemic, and the lesson was love, do you, then take care of others. Self-care first. So if you're trying to rush right back into the rat race of how the world was before, you're not getting the message. You completely missed the entire point of why we had a pandemic. The entire point was to sit in quiet reflection and change your life. Self-reflective, inside work, not poking other people like so many people spent time doing the entire last, 3 years. You weren't supposed to fight with people. You were supposed to come together and work together. But first, you needed to know what you needed. Now, I'm choking. I'll tell you why I'm choking. because you need to learn to be your own authority figure instead of letting people tell you what to do, or only listening to your boss, or being really weak, or not having a voice and not having a say. You need to do your own speaking up, because this is healthy for you. This is what you need. Okay? Also, another message again about your diet. This is taking care of your body. After all the trauma that you've been through, you need to recover. And you're going to do that with your physical body. Drink lots of water, fruits and veggies, organic if you can. If it's too expensive, grow it. You can buy it and regrow it, and you can buy seeds that aren't expensive. Just make it happen. I'm telling you, God, I'm not lying to you. It just came out. Organic foods. I heard it and then it came out. Okay. So this is going to be really, really joyful for you to just ground down, grab your dog, hug a pet, get your shit back together, and then focus on relationships and serving other people. And in order for you to do this, don't kill the messenger, okay? Get off the caffeine, the stimulants, the coffee. Stop sitting with things that are affecting your energy. I need you to feel what's going on in your body legitimately. Like, are you tired? Let's see how many naps you need to take and what time you need to go to bed and wake up. And do you need to meditate before sleep so you can actually sleep the whole night? I need you to start fixing what's wrong with your thoughts and emotions rather than push through with, a pot of coffee and focusing on somebody else's feelings so you don't have to feel your own. Does that make sense? Stop bullshitting yourself. All right, let's see what else. Yes, hug your inner child. Take care of your babies. Jesus is here to love you, and this is how you're going to heal. Jesus loves you. And you need to love yourself, all right? Because this is how you heal. You heal your emotions and your body will heal. I have seen people recover from brain tumors, cancers, ridiculous things overnight, literally, because they handled their emotions and they had faith that they didn't need to live like that. So it's a practice for sure to keep your body happy and healthy in it, but I'll tell you, it is all completely emotional. All right, so I'm going to pull, I'm feeling one card from the Mary deck just to round this off with some feelings since I kind of got in your face. I'm going to soften it up a little bit because it's not easy to hear that you need to look at yourself and take care of you and stop distracting yourself with things and people, right? It's not easy. But that's what needs to be done if you want to move forward in life and have a great relationship with the right partner. The right partner, okay? The right person will be there when you're doing you. Because when you're not doing you, what you're going to get is a lesson. The person next to you will be a lesson constantly reflecting your pain back at you. Except you're going to think it's about them. But it's you. And you know how it's going to be, how you know it's you? Because you're going to feel like crap when they're throwing that at you. You're going to own it. And eventually you're going to have to sit back and go, how did I get here? How did this happen? How did it feel so crappy? And then you realize you stopped taking care of yourself. You stopped exercising. You stopped taking vitamins. You stopped, doing your hair and putting on makeup and blah, 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 right? Whatever it is. Oh, I knew I only needed one card. I pulled 3. I still only needed 1. This is talking about your feminine energy, your nurturing, your self-care. And I also got forgiveness and companion. You will forgive the other person for whatever they did and let it all go when you take care of you and your inner child is happy. So focus on your feminine energy. This is your intuition. This is self-care. This is no negative self-talk. And what you have coming is a nice peaceful energy where you're not resenting anybody anymore or yourself, because it's real easy to give yourself a really hard time. And you're compassionate towards yourself and others. You won't be barking at people and burning bridges and running away in a blaze of glory like I've been doing. Although I'll say I don't regret any of those bridges I've burned because they absolutely needed to happen. I kind of regret the way I've handled some things, but not really. I just wish in that first moment I would have done something a little more grounded and heart-centered and said, I feel blah. I no longer blah. And make it about me. But what I didn't do, I'll tell you, I'm proud of myself. What I didn't do is turn around and blame the other people or show them what they did. Because at that point, when you're walking away from someone or something that's no longer good for you, it is absolutely pointless unless you want to fix the situation or you think that it merits some conversation, right? It's pretty pointless to tell them what they're doing wrong or what's wrong with them when you're just going to walk away and leave it anyway. They're not ready to hear it, because if they were, they would have not been doing those things to you, right? They would have been more authentic. So it's pointless to bargain for something from people that you're already walking away from. The best you can do is tell them how you were hurt and why it was dishonoring to you, and then just go. So I'm proud of myself for the way I handled it. I just wish that initial moment I wouldn't have felt so freaked out. And I realize it was heartache. It's really hard to let somebody go, even if you don't want them around anymore. Because somewhere in there, you hung out with them in the first place for good reasons, right? They were funny or beneficial, or, you were reciprocal somehow. And when you realize that it's no longer that, then just try to take care of it and get that boundary in place before you get really, really upset and do things that you'll regret, okay? That's all I have for you. So I'm going to leave it there. And I hope that this helps you through your transition as you're healing over the next 2 weeks, going into May. And I think that this is going to be a really amazing energy through May. You're going to see some changes happening, and going into summer, you're going to be super stoked. Like, the new version of you is ready to rock. All right. Okay. That's all. Talk to you later. Bye.